And action! Good morning, YouTube mine lovers. Tom and Julie here.
Good morning.
We are at the wilderness boundary. Go ahead. We are at the wilderness boundary. We got to get over this mountain or around it somehow. We don't know which yet. We're going to go up canyon here a little ways. And we're looking for a mine, of course. And we will definitely let you know what we find. Well, we're making our way up canyon on a burro trail. Pretty nice trail. Burros know where to go. A little breezy, so you might get some wind noise, but just looking behind us. Just another beautiful day in mine paradise. Looks like a water tank here with a handle on it. Then I see a can up there with some writing on the bottom. And I see a fuse reel or spool. There's something left over up there. What's that thing? Here's a homemade little water trough or sink. Somebody made for something or other. Here's this can down here. It looks like a Union Carbide. Well, that's looking back down canyon the way we've come from. We're up to a mine road here. It goes that way. And the waste pile we were just looking at is right over there. Let's follow Julie. He's just going to sit still.
Oh, he moved his head.
You don't see too many like that one. Here's the base of what once was a large water tank. The tank itself is sitting over here. It has obviously blown off and folded itself up. There's a shaft back here. It's a vertical shaft. Don't know a lot about it. We were under the assumption from our research that this was an incline shaft, but it appears to be vertical with no ladders. The ladders have fallen off. I could see one sitting crossways in the shaft partway down. This is part of the waste rock well. There's an organ over there and more waste pile. Here's this ore bin from the lower side. Just a single mouth on it. The chute's kind of worn off. Julie's down here scouting around. Alrighty, we found another portal besides that vertical shaft. Let's go see what we have in here. I believe it's going to intersect that shaft at some point. Here's some timbering and a stope above it and a stella right in front of me here. Alright, let's go further in. Here's a stope above me. That's about 15 feet up. Here's some track.
Pretty good size track.
Oh yeah, it is good size track. Here's the vein on the top of the back and then the hanging wall on the right here. Here's a wood chute. Nice chute. Another one. I feel a lot of air coming through here. I'm guessing we're going to hit that shaft pretty quick. Oh, there's a good sized dope up there. That's about 30 feet from here, tall. Yep, here's the shaft right here already, isn't it? It's supposed to be a 70-degree shaft. And this looks like it goes past a little ways. Well, there are some ladders at this point. Oh boy. It looks like some rope work there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then looking up, I can't really see, there's some fence posts that are hanging there. We'll have to assess the upside of this. So there are some load counts here. And there was a blocker here. See this piece that would have held a 2x6 across here so you don't accidentally go off the end of the rails. There's kind of a lot of stuff hanging there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Probably anything too crazy though. Let me look over here once. It doesn't look too wild, does it?
Doesn't look too bad. Okay, Tom's getting ready to go down.
Okay, we got our anchor up to a pretty big beam here. I got backed up to another beam with a slip knot and a stopper knot. And we are going to have some problems with hanging debris, but hopefully it won't come down. This ladder's pretty loose.
Is it?
Yeah. See if my knot's working. Yep, my knot's working.
Good.
Sorry about the dust.
Okay.
It's a long ways down there.
Yeah.
Okay, be careful if you come down.
Okay.
I'll
Me
let
too.
you know what I see down here.
Okay. There he goes.
Ladders aren't too bad. Biggest worry in something like this is loose debris falling down, hitting you in the head. There's all kinds of stuff that has fallen down here, like rocks and stuff. And there's the typical faces of death at the bottom of the mine. There's a broom. There's a rabbit right here. There's always a rabbit at the bottom of the shaft, seems like. A lot of debris has been either chucked down here or fallen down over the years. That's what all this is. Ladders are a little sketchy, missing some rungs here and there, and broken rungs from rocks falling down. Alright, she's making progress here. I almost got her. Ladders are a little bit here and there, aren't they?
Yeah, a little funky, but not too bad.
No, not too bad.
And I'm protected.
It beats jugging all the way back up. Okay, that's the bottom of the shaft. A lot of old load counts here. What years was this again, Julie?
1910 to 50s.
That's right, 1910 it goes back to. And then this is just coming from the shaft, and it looks like there's a drift over here. This looks like it's from 1937. Is that what that says?
I couldn't read it.
I think so. October and September of 37. What's this up here? Is that a pig? So here's a sign. It says 302 drift, whatever that means. It goes to the right. And it goes to the left. There's somebody's string line. So we're going to do the right hand rule and take a right. Oh, is this that other shaft? Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Or an ore path. I think we saw this from up top. There's a valve on the water line. That?
Yeah.
I didn't see him.
He flew right by my head.
There's a bunch of nails. 301 chute. Some more load counts.
Yeah, look at all the load counts.
Oh yeah. .107 on that post. Some more load counts here. Looks like they were doing pretty good on the loads. So this looks like a little circle here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is that a pig again? Somebody's drawing pictures of pigs. See it, or am I imagining it?
I don't know, but there's some other stuff over there too.
You point that out.
Where?
Isn't that
Here?
a pig?
I'm not sure.
Look at his
Yeah,
mouth
maybe.
and his ears.
Is that
His
ear?
ears pointing forward.
Nose?
Yeah.
Tail?
Yeah. Curly tail. That's a pig.
There's another little dude.
So here's a little graffiti from July 12th, 1938. And some kind of a face there, it looks like. I'm not exactly sure what. Okay, let's look at this over here. It says, don't dump carbide on drift. Okay.
Okay.
Another chute coming in. Apparently there's some pretty good stoping in here. Left behind after the ore was removed. There's some ladder storage.
Some sturdy ladders.
Yeah, they are. Full dimensions.
Yeah.
It looks like it goes up there. The water and air lines go up. Cliff was here in 42. Skull and crossbones. Alright, back on track here. There's a pig's butt. Somebody had a little pig obsession over here. Here's another chute. Some old glass in there. It's all jammed up. Another chute. Smells like creosote. They might have been using some railroad stuff in here. Ties and that. There's kind of a look at the vein. Okay.
There's another funny face here. And it's like GL something.
Ooh, there's a little breath of cool air. Boy, it really smells like creosote down here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Unless it's some other kind of gas. My monitor's not going off. Oh, look at the big valve. It's all that way open, so close it. Try to turn it that way. Huh?
Clockwise?
Yeah, that way. Ah, it's
Can't do
locked
it.
up. Oh boy, here's where the creosote's coming from. These are old power poles. Here's GS from 49. Yeah, these are power poles. That's where the creosote's coming from. Look, they split them up here. Yeah, those are pretty big power poles too. That's close to the base. Ooh, that's strong creosote.
Yeah.
What happens here?
It goes way up.
Does it? Huh. It's an ore pass. Yeah, it comes from both ways over here. There's a muck sheet. Another big chute. And a ladder. And split power poles for lagging up there in the collector for this chute. Here's a little track siding. Here's a Copenhagen thing. Just the cardboard part of it. Another big chute. Kind of an interesting mine, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not too trashed out. Oh, look at those load counts. That's a bunch.
They were busy that day.
Yeah. They were. I wonder if this is going to loop around back to where it's split back there. So here's 42, does that say?
Yeah.
That's the years they shut these mines down. This is a gold mine. More load counts. 650 feet, I believe that's what this is. The length from where we got into it at the shaft intersection. A lot of load counts. Looks like we're coming to an end, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Here's the 42 again. 720 feet looks like the length of this particular drift. $325.42. We are going to make our way back to the shaft area and go the other way down this drift and see what we find down there. Looks like a piece of fuse there, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
I've seen some dynamite paper. I haven't seen any boxes yet. A piece of pipe. Oh, that's that other side. That's right. We didn't look over there yet.
Here's another valve.
There you go.
Look, this is Jenkins.
Oh, good. I'll take a shot of it.
Stuck.
They're all tight, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. See?
Yeah. Let's go around to the right here. I forgot we had that one. It's split here. I don't know if this does anything, does it?
Oh, no.
Not really.
No, it just goes a little ways on the ends.
I see dynamite paper back in here. Quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
There. A little stove here. We should be just about back to the shaft area. I feel air. Okay, there's the shaft over that way. And now we're going to go left coming off the shaft. There's a grease swab rag. That's not even a rag, that's some kind of a bristly type of thing. Ladder laying here. They took the ties out and everything. Looks like a cave in ahead, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's a backfill. This looks burned.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
That's plug solid, but it's also been burned. I don't know what that would be from. I don't think it was a terrible huge fire because the rest of this mine isn't sooted out. See, there's a little soot here, but not that much. So there's your grease swab and your can.
And my can. I'm ready to go do some swabbing.
Grease the rails.
Grease the rails.
Okay, we are starting up the ladders. Julie's just using a hand ascender now as a safety device. And the ascender will bite. If you happen to slip, it'll keep you from coming down, but it slides up easily. Alright, Julie's going to cross over into another drift there to my left as I'm looking up.
Okay, I'm over.
Stay on the rope until you're firmly in the drift. Pull some rope into the drift with you.
Okay. Alright, so Tom's making his way up to come to the level that I'm at right now. We'll check back with him in a minute.
Here's what's left of a wooden shovel handle. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
So we're on another drift level here. There's a whole bunch of load counts. So this must have been a somewhat extensive level if there's all these load counts. And there's the shaft. Looks like they followed a vein down, doesn't it? The back of that shaft looks like a big hanging wall. And there's a big chute here. Looks like that would have, like a hinge chute. See the hinges on it? Where it would have been able to pull up to let the skip car go by and then drop down if you wanted to load the skip car. And there's a Halifax explosives box. I'm not real familiar with that one. Are you?
No, I've never heard of it.
Halifax, Nova Scotia. Alright, let's go down the drift a little bit, see what we have. Tracks really take a sharp right. The track bending guy was busy that day. Wow, almost a U-turn. There's another Halifax explosives box, isn't it?
Yeah.
Without making a lot of dust, just look at it. See that? Another.
Los Angeles.
Oh, Los Angeles. Okay.
Another face.
Couple of faces there. Alright, let's see what we have here.
You can see the shaft.
Yep. We're underneath the shaft now. There's our rope hanging there. Probably another rabbit, huh?
Yeah.
There's a fairly tall stope. That's at least 25 feet tall. Some timbering up here. Here's some timbering. A ladder. Goes up to the stope. This is the ore pass that we saw from up above or down below. Or an ore chute, if you like, S-H-O-O-T. Here's an $87,000 pair of blue jeans. It's a little jumbled up over here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I would go by there, but it looks like it stops just right over there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So I don't know if it's worth crossing those planks or not. Goes up into a nice stope. Here's a nice look at the ore vein right here too. And down below this is a pretty good drop. Think it's worth going across there?
No.
Okay, we're making our way back where we came from and see where the other direction of this drift goes. Okay, we're back to our intersection. The shaft is that way. Not easy walking in this one. A lot of trip hazards. Does it keep going?
Yeah.
Not a shaft?
Well,
I feel air.
yeah.
Are you underneath the shaft?
Yeah.
Okay. The drift keeps going though?
Yeah, a little ways.
Okay, that's where we're coming from. There's a stope here with some scaffolding, or a working platform if you like. And we're headed this way. Some dynamite paper. This doesn't look that great, does it?
No.
Oh wow.
I know.
So this is stoped. It's like the death walk. So there's some crazy stoping going on way up there too. This is a little bit loose, so I'm not going to go across that one. But I'll take a shot down there.
Okay.
So I'm not going to take the death plank, but I do want to look down into the stope a little bit. There's a piece of a ladder, and this probably funnels down into a chute at some point. Now let's look out over here. That's pretty cool stope, isn't it? There's 8242. This guy too. Anyway, we're heading back to the shaft. Here's a very fractured zone here. Doesn't look very stable at all. It's kind of the vein too, though. That's the vein right here. Okay, Julie's got her stemming rod. She's got her charge in there, and she's going to pack some clay and rocks in behind the charge to keep the force from coming back out the drill hole. Do it again. Put some more clay in there and some more rocks and jam it in there. Okay, we're going back on the ladder. Julie's tied in. And she's safely back on the ladder. You got to get your rope though. Get your rope back. Look up once. There you go. Now before you go up, don't go up until you move your sender up. You're going to take a big whipper if you fall. Alright, be safe. See you up top.
Okay.
Looking good. Nice form. Till you come to the missing rung. Yeah, I see that. Well, it's only 100 years old or more. Big step. There you go. Okay, I better not lean over here anymore because I'm heading straight down the shaft if I do. If I fall. It looks like this was a nice cover to a day box. So this has been made to fit on top of a day box that would hold their day's worth of dynamite. And then on the load counts. Well, we didn't die in a ladder accident.
No, we didn't.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's going to be it for this one, and we'll see you on our next adventure. Well, that was a fun one.
That was fun. I like that kind of mine explain.
Me too, and there aren't any vehicle tracks up here. This one you have to hike in if you're obeying the law anyway. I think it's wilderness area. And nothing but burro tracks. So another good mine explorer. Look at the view. Boy, look at that. Looks like that is the Joshua tree look to it over there, doesn't it?
Right.
So again, thanks for watching, you guys. We'll catch you on down the line.